Hey, what's up YouTube? Houston here. And for those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Hey, what do you do if you don't have business credit, you just started your business, and your credit is not the strongest, okay? And so what I mean about not the strongest or not that good, you're not a 690, 720 credit score, okay? So what do you do? Well, here's some credit cards that you may want to look at. These are more or less your low-hanging fruit credit cards. So if you don't have business credit and you just starting your business, I think that these would probably be your top credit cards you want to go for, okay? Talking about your low-hanging fruit. Now, you have the Capital One Spark Business Classic card. You want the gold card, okay? Now, the reason that you want this card is not only because you can get this card with a 580 credit score, but it reports to the major credit bureaus. So it reports to Experian, Small Business Financial Exchange, and it also is picked up by Dun & Bradstreet, okay? So that's one of the bigger things that many startup businesses, they're worried about. How am I going to fund my business? Where can I get a business credit card? Who would trust me with a business credit card? Now, these credit cards here are different than your secured credit cards because you don't have to put any money up. Now, there's nothing wrong with using secured business credit cards. As a matter of fact, we talked about the Wells Fargo secured business credit card. We talked about Divvy. Okay, if you trying to build your business credit and you don't have the best credit, Divvy has a business line of credit that you can actually Divvy has a line of credit as well. But if you don't get approved for it, then they have a credit builder program where it's secured, but it still reports to Small Business Financial Exchange and Dun & Bradstreet. Okay, so going back to the unsecured business credit cards for your startup, if you don't have business credit, okay, that's what we want to focus on. Now, here's the thing about it, understanding what is the lowest credit score that I could have, okay? So we're going to go from the lowest credit score to possibly the best credit score that you need just to get a business credit card, okay? Now, you have now with that Capital One, that is a hard pull, all right? Then you have Corpay. Now Corpay is also hard pull Experian, but you only need a 600 credit score. Now with the Corpay credit card, it is a net 21, okay? And I said this in other videos where you have 21 calendar days to once you use the card to pay off the balance. So the good thing about Corpay is that you they report to Experian, Equifax, and Dun & Bradstreet. Okay, now here's where a lot of startups that don't have business credit, they make the mistake. Okay, they would probably go to their local community banks or their local credit unions and open up a business checking account, right? And that's okay, but they don't report to the Business Credit Bureau. You want to make sure that you have at least, you can have, your company can have multiple financial institutions, multiple banks, but you want to make sure at least one of those banks is with the major banks, okay? So your major banks that you want to target in terms of building up your business credit so you can get access to more funding, those are going to be like your American Express, which reports to Small Business Exchange, and the information is picked up by Dun & Bradstreet. Then again, of course, your Capital One again reports to Experian, Small Business Financial Exchange, Equifax, and it's picked up by Dun & Bradstreet. All right. You have Citibank, which reports to Experian, Equifax, Small Business Exchange, picked up by Dun & Bradstreet. You have Chase Bank, Chase Bank, which is reports to Experian, Equifax, Small Business Financial Exchange, and again picked up by Dun and Bradstreet. All right, so you want to have these major banks, and I'll tell you another thing that's going to help you. Instead of you getting that 30s, taking that money and to make weekly deposits into your business bank account. This is also going to help you build up your business bank rating. That's more important than a DUNS number. I'll tell you something else that's more important than a DUNS number: having a corporate email. Having a corporate email is more important than a DUNS number. Okay, now I know some of you all like, you know, scratching your head like, I never heard that, but it is true. Now, in terms of structuring your business, also really matters in terms of getting funding, and also choosing the right structure of your business really matters in terms of if you're going to get the minimum amount of funding versus the maximum amount of funding. Okay, so if you don't know about which is the best structure to set your business up, click the link in the description, schedule a one-on-one consultation. Okay, now going back to talking about business credit cards, which would be your easiest business credit cards. Now, I always tell you your easiest business credit cards would probably be your FICO 9 credit cards. The reason your FICO 9 business credit cards are your easiest is because with FICO 9 you have more flexibility than your FICO 8 bank cards. Okay, so your FICO 8 bank cards are your American Express, Chase, Capital One. Those are your FICO 8 bank cards. Okay, but you want to go with your FICO 9 bank card because you can add rent history, utilities onto your personal credit to beef up your credit score much faster. Okay, so that's the reason that you want to do this. Now, that being said, what are some of your FICO 9 credit cards? Your FICO 9 credit cards, you have the PayPal Business, it's a Experian FICO 9. You have a Capital on Tap. Your Capital on Tap is a soft pull FICO 9. PayPal, I think you can do a soft pull on that as well, pre-qual. First National Bank, you can do a pre-qual. It's a FICO 9, First National Bank business credit card. Also, your First National Bank business credit card, they also have a secured business credit card as well. All right, so I made a video about the best secured business credit cards. For those of you who want to see it, I'll put a link in the description. But these cards are very important because if you get it, say that you have worse than a 580 credit score, okay, and you're trying to build up to get business funding, then start with the secured business credit cards. Okay, so that way you can start building a relationship with the banks. Now, going back in terms of business credit cards, your Wells Fargo. Now, your Wells Fargo, they have your secured business credit card, but your regular business credit card, and it is an Experian FICO 9. Okay, so you have these credit cards that you can start out with if you're a startup, you don't have no business credit, because they're not looking at your Dun and Bradstreet file. They're looking at, okay, what's going on with you. All right, and unfortunately, like with Wells Fargo, First National Bank, you would need at least, even PayPal, you probably need at least a 680 credit score to get those cards. But with your Corpay, you know, it's a 600 credit score. I know some of you all are wondering how come I haven't mentioned Navy Federal business credit card. Now, Navy Federal business credit card is an Experian FICO 9 credit card as well. On the personal side, they pull TransUnion, okay, FICO 9, but on the business side, they pull Experian FICO 9. Now, here's the thing about Navy Federal that you also need to understand, where when you first open up the account, Navy Federal may not give you a business credit card right away. Okay, I would tell you to at least make 3 months of deposits, if you can, make deposits on a weekly basis. Now, another thing that may help you with Navy Federal is their internal score. So having enough accounts with them also may boost your chances of approval. And what I mean by their internal score, they're looking at if you have a direct deposit account, choosing the right checking account, which is your flagship checking account, savings account. You may choose to have a CD with them or a money market account, but definitely making weekly deposits into your savings account and then to your checking account. All right. Now, again, if you open up a business checking account with Navy Federal, make sure that you make weekly deposits with them. All right. And I would say I would give it about 90 days. I would let the account season before I start applying for credit cards. Now, I know some of you all are wondering how come I haven't mentioned credit cards like American Express and Chase. Well, American Express and Chase, again, they are FICO 8 credit cards. Okay, they're FICO 8 bank credit cards. Now, American Express business credit card, you can see, can you do a pre-approval or pre-qualify without even signing into it, right? So if you already have an American Express card and you're trying to see if you can get another American Express business credit card, then you want to do an incognito window and see what business credit cards you qualify for. But if you're brand new to American Express, you should be able to see if you pre-qual without them doing a hard. If you have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, click the link in the description and schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.